What's up, fellow Pip boys? It's your boy, the OG GM, coming to you live from a fallout shelter here in the hopeful post-apocalypse, because we're taking a look at the quick start for Modiphius's upcoming 2D20 campaign setting Dreams and Machines. The first, as far as I know, completely original setting that Modiphius has tried to put out that I'm aware of. I mean, if they've got another one, I don't know about it. But we know Modiphius is Star Trek. They've got Dune. They've got Fallout. They had Conan, Crafty Matt Craft's favorite setting of all time, but they just lost the license to that and had a huge Conan sale on drive-thru, which sadly is over. So if you didn't pick it up, you lose. And they've got another few games. They've done Cthulhu stuff, and yeah, that's it. You know, mostly they've done IPs. This is the first time, like I said, as far as I know of, that they've done their own thing. It's called Dreams of Machines. And I would describe Dreams of Machine as if Fallout and Tales from the Loop had a baby to give you a hopeful post-apocalypse with unusual fashion choices. So the quick start is available on the Modiphius site. I also got a copy of it because I'm on their mailing list and, because I clicked the link. So let's take a look at the quick start. And the best way to get a handle of a character / game that you've never played before is to look at the example characters. That's usually where I go first. I don't know about other people, but I usually go to characters. So let's take a look at the characters. If I can get the thingy to actually switch to the channel, which it doesn't want to for some reason. Here we go. All right. So we've got this guy, first pre-generated character. He's got a guy, he's got a gas mask, he's got a spear. Unusual fashion choice, sure, but okay. All right, so the system, you have origin. His origin is spear. His archetype is guardian. Temperament is demonstrative. Bond is rivalry. The stats are insight, might, quickness, resolve. The skills are fight, move, operate, sneak, study, survive, talk. He's got 5 coins. His tech level is 3. He's got 2 supply points. I don't know what that means. 6 spirit. Don't know what that means. And he's got a check mark in confused. He's got some special abilities. Something he's got hunter gilf. He's got second strike. He's got a talent called decisive strike. He's got some goals, attitude, drive. These all are, things we've been seeing a lot of. He's carrying some armor, and he's got his spear. So this is example character number 1. What does this tell us about the system right off? It's got archetypes, origins, temperaments, and bonds. That's not, that could or could not be a thing. It's obviously going for the whole storytelling, character interaction thing. He's got a screwdriver sticking out of his neck, or maybe that's coming out of the spear. I'm not sure. Then we've got this lovely lady. She is an archivist. We've got some tartan going on. Looks like she's wearing boxing gloves, carrying around a briefcase. Then we got this individual. They are a Evran, and got not much, some jewelry, scarf, unusual poncho-looking thing, backpack. Then we got this fellow with, I guess, a camera. Again, weird pants. For the apocalypse, they certainly definitely have access to some designers here. And then we've got this lady. She is a dreamer with her something in her hand and an oven mitt. And we've got this individual who I guess is supposed to be a farmer. Because he's got a backpack, he's got a shaft of wheat, he's got his hat, got a whatever this is. It's just something you really carry with you into combat. It's only listed as a survival kit, so I guess it's just there for the point of the picture. You can see every one of these guys has got a check in one of these things. This guy is confused. This guy's weary. This dude's despairing. This dude's despairing. This guy's breathless. And this dude is confused. What does that mean? I don't know. Let's look at the quick start rules. All right, so this is the quick start rules. Got robot stepping on market. Very fashionably looking young individuals. fighting off the robot. Very Battletech looking thing there with the gun and the missile launcher. You can see that the robot's got like fungus and trees on it, like it's supposed to have just come out of the dirt. And we've got this woman who's like, "Come with me if you want to live," and she's got her spear and her football jersey, very futuristic armor. So apparently in this hopeful apocalypse, they have access to clothing designers. There's our credits. Here's our introduction. The thing is put together like a scrapbook written by apparently somebody who is 4 years old. Look at a little crayon drawing and Lost again. We've got the history of the world. We've got how 2D20 works. We've got some more. Look at this. Adventure, adventure, adventure. So again, this looks like it's being written by somebody who's kind of young or a kid. Definitely get the feel they're going for. Like I could see Ed from Cowboy Bebop writing this, or Nimona from Nimona writing this. See what you need. What is a role-playing game? We've got skill tests that use the 2D20 system in this. Another drawing. There's, of course, contests. Everything is driven by contests. Characters have a bond, a truth, momentum, a spirit, which is, I guess, a stat. Complications. Again, going for this like being written in somebody's journal, somebody who's kind of young. They're making fun of things. I can picture the person who's writing this is probably like got their tongue stucking out and they're like looking at the camera with the one eye, you know, the classic rebellious teen. Optional orders, rules for conflict in the world of 2D10. Another drawing. Injury, defeat, pretty much. Let's see, picking flowers and taking them to people can make the people feel better. That's science. Again, yeah, this is being written by a child or somebody who's very optimistic and rebellious. I like exploring, but it's helpful to go with friends just in case there are monsters. Then some sample adventures. And the technology of the world. And some example bad guys. More of the art. And then again, the sample characters. And player reference. We've got a spirit mechanic that apparently is like a luck. You can spend spirit to re-roll things. You can buy 3 additional D20s before you roll. Each D20 costs 1 spirit. Why do you have a D20 in a 2D10 system? Not sure, but okay. So there, this is it. This is the quick start. Now, obviously, if I was more familiar with the 2D20 stuff, but I just thought I'd show you guys. And my initial opinion is a lot of stuff that we've seen, you know, the whole, this recovering spirit, this spirit, this is all, you know, that stuff we've seen before. Trying to get for more of this storytelling, character-driven style of role-playing. I like the art. You know, it's very reminiscent of that Tales from the Loop, but more hopeful. You know, Tales from the Loop sort of has that melancholy to the art. This is like more like, oh, everything's bright and sunny and picturesque. And the future is apparently there's a lot of people and a lot of people who are financially well enough and a lot to build these things in this future and have clothes and not look like, you know, what we normally associate people in the post-apocalypse with, you know, rags and roofing nails. So it's got a Miyazaki feel to it. Definitely got some Fallout going on, but much more like a positive Fallout. You know, here's things you can do during your action: confront problem, divine your character's truth, counterattack, avoid danger, attack. Here's your actions. Complications, spending spirit, regaining spirit. Spirit uses a D20, but it's a D10 system. 2D10 system uses a dream machine will be familiar with anybody who's played any of other RPG systems. Looking at you, Crafty Matt Craft. In this system, any given test is always taken by rolling 2D10 and comparing the results to the attribute you're testing against. Any dice that rolls equal to or lower than the attribute is a success, and each test will tell you how many successes you need to pass the test. You also have the option of adding an additional D20, usually by spending spirit. You'll find after you've been playing a little while that you'll quickly get the feel for this system, and you know exactly when to add the extra dice and when to simply trust your D10s, D20s. So, is that a typo? Yeah. So normally it's 2D10, lower the better, or higher the better, because you're trying to roll under. Lower the better. So it's lower the better. 2D20, 2D10. Lower the better. Trying to roll under the total. So yeah, as long as I can get my total above 10, right? I'm always succeeding. And then you need a multiple level of successes to, 1 success, 2 successes. If I'm only rolling 2D10, then two successes. And then if I want to, hedge my bet, I can spend spirit to add the D20 in the hopes that by adding the number from the D20, I can beat the difficulty, I guess. Apparently, you're going to need beads to play this game, or tokens. So there you go. For my initial introduction to the 2D10 system. Why is it called 2D10 if I use more than 2D10? Probably somebody who's experienced with the system would have a better chance of reviewing it. But, for the quick start, it's fine. My main complaint is, it just sort of feels very familiar, which is a good thing, I guess. The art is evocative, but not as evocative as I thought it would be. Like, this is a very evocative cover. This cover instantly tells the story. There's something wrong with this person's hands. Instantly know what's going on. It's very evocative. It's, got that Fallout, brighter ridiculousness, over the top look to it. It's sort of, there's definitely some shades of Tales from the Loop in here, but more hopeful and bright. And you get this POV of this woman who's reaching her hand out to you going, come with me if you want to live. Let's get out of the way of this Battletech mech. But it's not a Battletech mech because we don't use that copyright, but it's a mech that looks a lot like a Battletech mech, even though that hand with the bolt with the cannon on it would be way too heavy, and the mech would always be tilting to the side with the cannon on it. So post-apocalypse, hopeful, but things from the past are waking up to add complications. And it's far enough after the apocalypse that we've been able to rebuild society in a much more Mediterranean look, with all these blankets and ropes and cities. We've got mega cities already, so we've had enough time since the apocalypse passed to recolonize. And apparently we dug up people in the fashion industry were the first that we unvetted, so we can all dress like this unusual choice of clothing. I don't know. Maybe that's what people would dress like. Is this what people are going to dress like in the future? After the apocalypse? Going to walk around with, ponchos and scarves. Everybody seems to love scarves and boxing gloves, and I don't know. It's obviously far enough in the future that they have reached a point where they can have clothing and not just scraps. And, I don't see anybody with a roofing nail coming out of their shoulder pads or anything. So, but here we go. This is it. This is the Quick Start for Dreams and Machines from Modiphius. This is, as far as I know, their first attempt to do a TTRPG that is unique to them and not a IP like Conan or Star Trek. So what do you think? Are you excited about this? Do you care about this? Is this something you're going to run out and buy because the starter set is available? Or are you going to wait till there's some more reviews of it? Perhaps somebody who actually is a Modiphius 2D10 fan should review it, like looking at you, Crafty Matt Craft. But there we go. Like I said, it's a slow news week, so we're making do with what we have. Talk to you later. Stay classy, apocalypse survivors.